How King Solomon was crowned king. King David had grown old, the years had caught up with him. Even though they piled blankets on him, he could not keep warm. They looked for a young lady to serve and take care of him. They searched throughout Israel and found a beautiful young Shunammite lady, the name Abishag, who would stay by the king's side and look after him. At this time, one of David's sons, Adonijah, proclaimed that he was the next king. He held a coronation feast, sacrificing sheep, cattle, and grain-fed heifers at the stone of Zoheleth near Rogel Spring. He invited all his brothers, the king's sons, and everyone in Judah who had position and influence, but he did not invite the prophet Nathan, Benaiah, the bodyguards, or his brother Solomon. The prophet Nathan went to Solomon's mother Bathsheba and told her that Adonijah has taken over as king, and King David is not aware of such. Nathan advised Bathsheba to go to King David and speak up in order to save her life and that of her son Solomon. Bathsheba went to the king's palace. "My master," she said, "you promised me in God's name, your son Solomon will be king after me and sit on my throne. And now look what's happened. Adonijah has taken over as king, and my master the king doesn't even know it. He has thrown a huge coronation feast, cattle and grain-fed heifers and sheep, inviting all the king's sons, the priest Abiathar, and Joab, head of the army. But your servant Solomon was not invited. My master the king, every eye in Israel is watching you to see what you'll do, to see who will sit on the throne of my master the king after him. If you fail to act, the moment you're buried, my son Solomon and I are as good as dead." The prophet Nathan came into King David's presence to corroborate Bathsheba's story. King David took action. The king solemnly promised, "As God lives, the God who delivered me from every kind of trouble, I'll do exactly what I promised in God's name, the God of Israel. Your son Solomon will be king after me and take my place on the throne. And I'll make sure it happens this very day." Then he ordered, "Gather my servants, then mount my son Solomon on my royal mule and lead him in procession down to Gihon. When you get there, Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet will anoint him king over Israel. Then blow the ram's horn trumpet and shout, 'Long live King Solomon.' You will then accompany him as he enters and takes his place on my throne, succeeding me as king. I have named him ruler over Israel and Judah." Then Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, Benaiah son of Jehoiada, and the king's personal bodyguard went down, mounted Solomon on King David's mule, and paraded with him to Gihon. Zadok the priest brought a flask of oil from the sanctuary and anointed Solomon. They blew the ram's horn trumpet and everyone shouted, "Long live King Solomon." Everyone joined the fanfare, the band playing and the people singing, the very earth reverberating to the sound. What we can learn from Solomon's story is that God's plan for your life shall come to pass. We can be certain that his purpose for our lives shall be fulfilled.